So in the past video you might have wondered why I know exactly the deal between the rulers of the West, the Rothschild, Rockefellers and the aliens to sell out humanity. How could I know all of this technology? How could this be possible? Well, according to Google, that's owned by them, I'm the world expert on remote sensing. And remember, remote sensing is the ability to go into any mind, be it the mind of God. Here's a little introduction if you're a manager. The mind of God, the mind of aliens, the mind of Rothschilds, the mind of Rockefellers, the mind of their intelligence minions, the mind of interdimensionals, the mind of demons, the mind of archangels, the mind of Lucifer, the mind of anything I damn well please, to find anything I damn well please. So that means that gives me the power of omniscience, which for you uneducated means all-knowing. So rather than remote sensing being, well, might be useful, no, it gives me the power of God. Why? Because as we've explained before, remote sensing allows you to collapse the quantum wave function by not thinking about collapsing it, but simply observing directly, which is what you need to be a quantum, not computer, but quantum overlord, someone who controls the quantum world. Now, if you can get ahead of everyone else who's observing the future, you become the front runner, the vanguard, not State Street or BlackRock, but the vanguard of observation. You control everything that happens before you. And if you get beyond the omega point, which is the so-called end of the universe, which we'll look up. Let's look up omega point. The omega point is the theorized future event in which the entirety of the universe spirals towards a final point of unification. The omega point is the theorized future event in which the entirety of the universe spirals towards a final point of unification. So, you can look that up. But the basic point is, if you can get beyond the omega point, then everything that happened in that multiverse, not just universe, or even megaverse, which is a fiber bundle of multiverses, is controlled by you. And in order to do that, you need to be the ultimate precognitive remote viewer, and I'm the established UK remote viewer. And remember, according to the British, everyone else is dirt beneath our feet. And you're the world's leading expert on remote sensing. You then can collapse the total quantum wave function of an entire multiverse, or the fiber bundle of them, which is the megaverses, to control everything that happens within. Or, more importantly, you can go back to here we are. Did a series of quantum fluctuations cause the Big Bang? So, according to this theory, there was a quantum fluctuation that produced the Big Bang. So, if you go back in time using retrogressive remote viewing, and you're the world's leading remote sensor, you can then remotely view the quantum vacuum to produce the Big Bang and the entire multiverse and the fiber bundle of multiverses, the megaverse, are all created by that godlike observer. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was Tim Refat. Now, let's look why the aliens were desperate to mine the human race with their nanotechnology. There we are. Now, here are Eclipse. Oh, let's go with this one. There we go. Now, you'd think that it's pretty normal that the moon orbiting a habitable planet occludes the sun perfectly to produce a total solar eclipse. But for that, the moon would have to be the perfect size to block out the sun, which is nigh on impossible. It would have to be at the exact orbit and the exact size to block out the sun. Now, let's leave the virtual impossibility of that orbiting around a habitable planet, a Class M planet. But why would this be important if you're building a farm to milk God's free will? Well, if you get farmyard animals, specially bred, to link up with God, God's creations, let's say we could, which according to the Bible and Christians is a reality. Now, since we worked out, or not worked out, but showed, I can show conclusively in terms of my newly developed physics, but A, I don't want to show it, and B, no physicist on the planet would understand it, because they're all stonish imbeciles like Musk. But nevertheless, be that as it may, something in the fifth dimension curves it and produces light. This something is of vital importance. The soulism, the spiritism, they are just resultants of a downward chain of this stuff. I won't go into the new mathematics, physics I developed to explain it, because it's just for the general population. But let us say that we can call it, for the general man, the layman, will, which, according to Christian priests, why is the world so evil? Oh, because God has to give you free will. Why does God have to give you free will? No one's ever asked that question. So obviously, it's not your soul God's worried about. It's not your spirit God's worried about, according to Christians. No, it's your will. God can't take your will away from you. Otherwise, His creation can't exist. Oh, so will is the only important thing to all sentient beings. Forget your soul cleansing and chakra rescue and spirit awakening. It's all garbage. Will. Lose your will, you lose everything. Now, in the fifth dimension, let's call it will. That's an inadequate explanation for the layman will do. Bends the fifth dimension to produce light. How can we have a farm where we're milking beings linked to God to take will off them, whether they like it or not? Well, we build a planet. Or have a Class M planet, you find. Then we build a moon, and there's strong evidence to show that the moon may not be a natural construct. You can look that up on YouTube. Now, if we get the moon to periodically block the lights from the beings on our farm, cut them off from the lights, we cut them off from will. And in the eclipse, we can then farm their will to the aliens, demons, interdimensionals, whatever is behind it, to suck this will force off to the farmer.